Okay, so my black soap is in the way. Let's put it down in sink. I just had my alarm go off. What else? So that was that. And we were talking about spicy food. I feel like you like spicy food. I'm not sure how much a degree. I would say maybe like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, you probably can do like, I mean, you're pretty spicy yourself. I think you probably be able to tolerate like an 8. 8. All right. Next question. The next question, number 4. What is your ultimate midnight snack? A, leftover dinner from the cold from the fridge. Salty potato chips or popcorn, something sweet like ice cream or cookies. Instant ramen noodles should not even be on this list. But for some it is. I don't believe in that. I don't think you'll eat salty potato chips or popcorn as a midnight snack. I feel like you would have either A or C. I'm not really feeling B too much. I feel like that's sorry, my arm is getting tired. But I have to find a way to hold it. There we go. I feel like it's kind of a boring snack, so I'm not really I don't see that as something exciting. That's why I think ice cream, especially because it's hot, that's why I'm like, maybe ice cream and cookies. If it was, but then leftover dinner, I don't even know, do you even take leftovers home, BeyLoved? Or do you just leave it on the table? And my mom saw leftovers, nothing stays. Even the condiments that they give us. Anything we can take, we're taking it home because we paid for it. You know. Yes. All right, next question, number 5. What is the one food you absolutely refuse to eat? Seafood, cilantro, mushrooms, or olives? I don't think you have a palate that will not have any of those, so I don't think that's true at all. If I could say one you don't eat often, maybe, I would say, I do think you have more of a salt taste, so that's partly why the potato chips possibly, I feel like you have like a salt, sweet, salt, sweet, savory. I feel like your main two, if I could go in order in terms of your palate, if I can go in order in your palate on your plate, you can be plated up. Okay. I would say you prefer sweet than savory than salty. But I could be wrong. But it's also dependent on what mood you're in. I feel like certain times of the day you may want some chips. Certain types of chips. Another time of the day you may want some cookies or cake or muffins or ice cream or blow pops. Alright, so let's answer your questions. I'm about to drop my phone all that madness. My phone was like, oh, I'm feeling wet too. Ooh. Slipped out my hand like, ooh. Alright. Alright, let's get this. So nobody should see this video now, hopefully. hopefully. Hopefully this is just, well, you know, when you post it publicly, that's when it doesn't. So alright, so the question again was, I feel like you probably eat the least, the food you have the least is, for some reason I want to say cilantro. I don't think you mind mushrooms and olives. I know you love seafood. That's not even a question. But I feel like cilantro might just be one that's like not so much. Oh Lord. Not so much in the group. Okay, let's scroll up to number 6. Hopefully this will stay up. I guess it won't. Okay. Number 6 was... Alright. How do you prefer your eggs cooked? Scrambled, sunny side up, or runny? Hard boiled? They don't eat eggs. That's a good question. I've really never seen too many plates of yours with the eggs on it. So I don't know how you feel about eggs. You might not eat them. I feel like that might be the case. You may not be an egg person. I don't know. You probably I see you having it probably for baking purposes, but not for eating just for breakfast or even like an egg biscuit or something like that. I don't know. I've never seen you eat them. All right, number 7. If I took you to a fancy restaurant, that's the first thing, because I can't afford it. If I took you to a fancy restaurant, what would you order? Oh, and this should be funny. Watch this, beloved. What are the options? Here we go. Here we go. What are the options? Number 7. A, the most expensive steak. B, pasta. C, a chicken dish. D, they would ask for the kids meal. Look, they know good and well both of us cannot go in no restaurant and ask for no kids menu, especially not you. They're gonna be like, why you come to this fancy restaurant asking for a meal for Rumi and sir? Let's see. The most expensive, let me think, what would you prefer? Pasta, steak, or chicken? And it's a fancy restaurant. A fancy restaurant. Like, I have no perspective about what's even in fancy restaurants. Like, the only thing I can think of is like a nice steak. And maybe put some A1 steak sauce. I'm not good at this. Let me see. Number 7. I mean, I don't think you would have to feel like you have to order the most expensive steak. Unless you're in the mood for steak. Something's telling me pasta. Mostly because you can put seafood in your pasta. And so I feel like you may like something. I know you like pasta, so not pasta. I know you like seafood. So I think you would probably choose something like that rather than the steak or the chicken. That's just my thinking. I could be, probably am going to be wrong, but I tried. That was my explanation. All right, next, funny memories. Okay, here we go. Number 8. What is your most clumsy habit? Oh, these aren't funny. I don't like that question. I don't want to ask that question. This is where we'll switch. And because I don't want to make fun of you, I'll let you make fun of me. So, the first one, Funny memories. What do you think is my most clumsy habit? Tripping over flat surfaces, spilling drinks on clean clothes, dropping my phone on my face, bumping into door frames. Give some time to think. And then eventually, you know, one day when we're together, we can revisit this, and I can actually hear your responses rather than just having to feel them telepathically. Yes. Okay, now ready? My most clumsy, sorry, I can't read. I'm a little bit sleepy. my most common clumsy habit has got to be bumping into stuff. I don't actually know. That might not be right. Let me see. My clumsy habit is not even on here. That's how bad it is. Let me see if I have one that's similar. I'm sorry, I need to slow down below because I'm getting sleepy. I would say I'll answer this and I'll stop because I'm not as quick as I want to be right now cognitively. So give me 1 second. I'll amend this one, and I'll tell you what this one is. My most clumsy habit, I would say, has got to be my lack of preparation before I move something. Like I'll be like, or taking chances, like in terms of like with dishes. Next thing I know, something drops and it gets broken. Or reaching at something but not getting it like I want to. So like I'll reach and like for example like this, and I'll finally grab it. Moving, you know, with the focus. Right now, especially when I'm tired, I just go on loop. So those are my clumsiest of habits. I don't have like butterfingers or drop things or things like that. Of course, with my phone, I hadn't had any issues with my phone until the past month. So I've had this phone, you already know, for a very long time. Yeah. So, however, that is just how you know what it is. So I will get some rest and come back to you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you have a good evening. Happy early 4th. It is the 4th. 250th anniversary of our country. And I just pray for the country, for its leaders. I need some next generation coming behind them. And the world in general. All right, beloved, I love you. Have a good night, okay? Sleep well, my queen. Part 2 coming tomorrow. Be ready. Be prepared. Oh, what's the name of a corny joke? Let me see. Oh, it should be about me being clumsy. Let me see if I can think of something. This may take a while. Processing as the circle goes around. Processing. I had one, but it's very explicit, so I might not be able to say it. Certain things you can't be clumsy with. And sometimes make a mess. I'll stop there.